So hello everyone, in this video we'll be understanding how we can create horizontal navigation bar. Basically in the last video we created a vertical navigation bar, and this horizontal navigation bar is kind of similar to the previous one. We'll be using the same styling, but some of the new properties we'll be adding to make a navigation bar horizontal. So that we'll be doing in this video. So let's start it from scratch. And this time I'll be creating my list before this heading because we want navigation bar to always come at the top. So we will be creating the same structure like the previous video. I'll be creating this unordered list, and inside that li, and then inside this a tag I can specify my page name, and if I have the page name or the link of that HTML file, so I can add here. Then I can copy paste the same thing for other pages as well. Let's say I have 4 pages. I can specify the name here, courses, about, and I can specify contact here. If I save it and see that, so you can see it is just like the previous video. Some bullets are there and some links are there in li. So let's jump to the styling now. So remember, you have to add some styling here, but make sure you do these things. The first thing we want is to remove the list bullets, so that we can do by using list style type property. Inside that we can specify none. That will remove the bullets that we know. You can see that. Similarly, we want to remove the extra margin which is coming. We can specify margin 0 and padding 0 to remove the margin and the padding. So you can see that. Similarly, we can give the background color to it. Background color, let's say a light gray color. So I can decrease that to a little lighter. So you can see it is having that. Also, you can add this extra property on body that I added, which is padding 0 and margin 0. That will remove the extra padding and the margin from the body. If I remove it, so you will see some extra gap is around them, around this li. So to remove that, I have added this property, which is padding 0 and margin 0 on body. So you can do that as well. So after that, what we want is we want these list item to come in one line, right? So basically, what is a horizontal navigation bar? It is that we have these links in one line or in one row actually. So that we can do by different properties. The first one that I want to use is, and why am I using this on li? Because li is the block level element. So li is basically by default block. That's why I'm using that on this li tag to make it inline level. So how I can do that? By using display inline. So this is the first way. You can use display inline. You can see it is coming in one line or in one row. The other way is you can use float property, and inside that you can specify float left, so all the elements will be on the left side. You can see, don't worry about the background, that we'll get that. So you can see it is coming on one row or in one line. We can also make them in right direction. If I add float right here, you can see that. So that's why it is the effective way to use float property in the navigation bar. Now what about the background color? That's hiding because we haven't specified one more property, which is overflow. Actually, this property, without this property, the background color is not visible to us. So now you can see it is showing us the background color. Now what we can do is we can similarly style this lia that we did in the previous video. So inside that, what we did, we removed the underline from the link. So I can Remove this by adding this text decoration none. So this will actually remove the underline from the links. Then we can specify display block here, because without display block we are not actually making display block to this li. Remember that this li is still in the inline phase and float left is applied to it. We are adding this display block to apply some padding. Without this display block value, I won't be able to use the padding property. So if I want some padding, let's say, so that won't work here. So you can see the vertical padding is not applied to it, but the horizontal padding is. So that's why so we can use vertical padding only if the element is block. So that we can use by adding block property here, a block display block value. So let me just add it here. Now you can see it is there. I can also increase that to some extent by 20 pixel, let's say. So you can see it is looking now cool. I can also add a color, let's say black. I can also add let's say font size of 18 pixel. So you can see this is looking cool now. Similarly, remember from the previous video how we added hover styling. We added hover like this. Then we can change the background color on hover. You got my point from the previous video. I hope so. I can make it a little bit darker. So if I do this and if I hover over the links, you can see it is changing the background color. You can add any background color you want. We also want to add some active state. You remember that from the previous video, how we created that. So we added a class which was active, and inside that we specified a background color only. So we specified one blue color, I think. So it is not coming right now. So let's just give a blue violet color. And I can also give some text color to white. And this class I can call to any link which is active. In my case, let's add to home. Then this home will be having an initial background color, and now you can see the background color is changed when I'm hovering over that. Why is that? Because we didn't added the not pseudo class, just like we added in the previous one or in the vertical navigation bar. So we can use not here, and we can specify that I don't want the color on this active class. So the styling will only apply to this LIA, not on that which is having this class. So now if I hover over that element, so no styling is that, or the background color is not changing. So this is how we create a horizontal navigation bar. Also, you can change some elements styling, and if you want this element to come here, that you can also do with the help of float property, because you know that for changing the element to some if you want to position element to somewhere else, so you can use that by adding a style property or style attribute here, and you can specify float right here. Then that will make this element to the right side, not from the left side. So this is how we create horizontal navigation bar. I hope you got the idea that how we can create a navigation bar. And of course the styling is up to you. You can style it any way you want. And thanks for watching. Let's meet in the another one.